In fact, why don't you take up the opportunity? Why would you come and make your fortune here in South Africa when, as you've described it, you could be making a fortune in Zimbabwe? Why are you here?
Because I'm part of the problem in Zimbabwe. My attitude of thinking that I had to come and take up the opportunity that was offered to me here
so why don't you go
instead
home?
of minding
May I ask you that? Why are you not
I am
go
going
home?
home. But right now I've also got family in South Africa. I've got South African children, and those South African children don't just allow me to just stand up and leave, but I do have projects that I'm taking part in Zimbabwe because I've learned that those resources are the most important thing.
If you have such faith in your country, in Zimbabwe, I would say and I would think you would get up and you would take your family and you would go and fix up the future of Zimbabwe. If you're saying there's land, if you're saying there's minerals, if you're saying there is so much wealth and opportunities for you there, you're living a contradiction.
No, I'm not living a contradiction.
You certainly are by sitting here. You're living a contradiction.
Why,
because people are suffering in Zimbabwe.
So why are people
not
people not going to the Netherlands? Why are Germans not going back to Germany? Is it because their countries are bad? Is it because they're running away from problems in the UK or in the States? Why aren't Europeans going? What are you doing here?
I live here. This is my home. I'm not running away from it.
Why are you living here instead of Europe? Why did your great-grandparents come here instead of Europe?
We're not talking about grandparents. We're talking about me.
No,
we're talking about you.
You've made it sound like a Zimbabwean needs to go back to Zimbabwe to show that Zimbabwe is working. So why are Europeans not going back to Europe? Why are Asians not going back to Asia? Why are they staying in South Africa?
The context of the conversation is that you're saying that Zimbabwe is a beautiful country with great opportunities and people have run away from there to become waiters. The context is you are living here in South Africa when you could be going back and making that country work. That's the context.
You also forgot that I was asked to come here. Somebody thought my skills were important here.
I've been asked to go to other countries, but I believe in this country.
But why don't you believe in Europe?
No, I believe in South Africa.
Why don't you believe in Europe?
I believe in my country.
Why don't you believe in Europe?
This is not about...
What makes people like Rutendo Matinyarare, but not just Rutendo? There's more people like him, people who think like him. It is just that they are not in the public eye. So when I'm talking about Rutendo, I'm referring to others who share similar views like Rutendo. What makes them feel so entitled to be in South Africa, number one? What makes them feel so entitled to interfere, demeanor South Africans? Because these people, they've got no limits. They've got no limits in terms of the garbage that they get to utter about South Africans. But I don't know if you've noticed, in most instances, they ridicule black South Africans. They ridicule the natives of this land. They hardly ridicule Europeans, the whites who are in this country, who are regarded as South Africans. So I want to get it from you that what do you guys think? What do you think is the reason behind people like Rutendo thinking that they can come to South Africa, do whatever they want to do, say whatever they want to say about South Africans, whereas they are unable to be as radical when it comes to addressing matters that have caused them to leave their native countries to begin with. The intelligence and the brilliance that they claim to possess, why can't they use it? Why can't they use it in their own countries to make life better for their fellow citizens, so they don't have to leave Zimbabwe and other African countries and flock to South Africa? Are we too soft on them? or what? Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Debos Khosan.